Open QClick as you normally would. On the main toolbar, click the Quiz Genius icon, followed by clicking on the class icon. Select your class name, your subject, and your teacher name. When you have done this, your class members should be visible on the right part of the screen. If everything is set, click OK. This will bring you back to the main toolbar, and the class icon will be highlighted in green. This tells you that the class is loaded. If you would like to place the students in groups, under Participation Mode, change the setting to Group. The groups we selected when we entered our class would then be used. But this is going to be a regular test, and we'll leave it on Individual. Activity Mode is where you can choose between the different test and game modes. But the default one is what we want here, Normal Quiz. Now we have to load our quiz. Click Load. A window will now prompt you for which quiz to load. Remember the one we made earlier? Let's select that and click Open. Now, the load icon should also be highlighted in green to tell us that it is loaded and ready. When your settings are correct, click Run. Our test will load and be ready to use. With your class loaded, you will see the number of students along the top of your screen. Note, this can be set to different sides of the screen and made smaller by the F1 and F2 buttons on your teacher remote. When they answer a question, the color will change from green to blue. If they change their answer, it will change again to yellow. This way, you always know that answers are coming in and your students are actively taking the test. The first slide will be your introduction slide. So push the next slide button on your remote and we can give the first question. When there, adjust the time that you would like to give your students to answer. When ready, press the Start button and the timer will begin. Now is the time to have your students submit their answers. Once all students have responded, you can press the Stop button. Now let's take a look at the results. Press the Results key. It looks like a bar graph. This will bring up a graph displaying the percentage of students who have answered correctly. The green bar shows correct answers, the pink, incorrect, and the tan, those who did not answer. Press F1 here. Now we have a breakdown of the percentage of students who answered with each option. This is good for seeing if the majority of the class understood the question, guessed, or even studied for the test. Now let's go on to the next question by pressing the Next button. Start the question like we did before and obtain your students' answers. This time, press the Report button next to the Results button. It looks like a grid. Here, we have a table of information on each student, including points for the current question, time taken, the overall score, etc. For more in-depth results, press F1 for details. Here is a menu with all the students and what answer they chose. If you would like your students to be anonymous, you can change the student name to their student IDs. By pressing F1 again, you can show what the correct answer was and highlight who answered correctly. So, we have given our test and the students are done. In order to exit out of the quiz, push the power button on the teacher remote. QClick will then ask us if we want to save the activity. Give the test a name that will help you remember it. The title of the chapter, the theme, and the date work well.